Karen Lambert with Loving Rochester, and I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for joining me again for Karen's Corner, where I provide inspirational tips and ideas on how to improve your life one day at a time. 365 ways to choose 365 ways to change your life with Suzanne Summers, and we are on the 24th day, day 24. We all have the answers within us. Sometimes it is called intuition or a gut feeling. My husband calls it when the little hair stands up on the back of my neck. It is the feeling you get when you have your first reaction to something. How often do the answers come to you, but we try to outguess it? Then we say, I should have gone with my first instinct. Why is it so difficult to hear these messages? Why do we always think we know better? That's a great one. Messages are always coming to us in many different ways. It could be from a magazine article, or a lyric in a song, or the words of strangers. Moments ago, I received a telephone call from a distant relative. I was annoyed to pick up the phone because I was thinking about writing today's thought and was frustrated by writer's block, and I told everyone in the house not to bother me. But I was paged anyway. Within moments of my cousin starting to talk, she unblocked me. I might have sat and stared at a blank computer for hours and hours. The message had come to me in yet another mysterious way. I wonder how often we miss invaluable messages because we're not open to them. Pay attention. It might be as close as something being said on television. Our inner voice is smarter than we are. It is with us at all times. It is the greatest teacher we will ever have. All we need is to be vigilant. Listen to learn. Thought for today. I will pay attention to my gut. I will pay attention to my gut feelings and instincts because they are trying to teach me something at all times. My inner voice is without agenda. It is there to guide me toward peace and serenity. Whom do I trust more than myself? It is in my best interest to listen to what my soul is trying to tell me. I know I hear messages all the time, and you may too if you think about it. When you first get into the car and that very first song that's being played, is it something that means something to you, or is it something that's telling you something? A lot of times it is if you'll pay attention to that. Even, I remember one day I was hiking and I was passing two ladies and they were talking, and one of them mentions, well, I was telling Karen blah, 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 blah. And this was a message that I needed to hear what she was saying, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I walked by these women because I really needed to hear that. And sometimes we ignore ourselves a lot. Even though we know we're hearing something over and over and over, we tell ourselves, nah, I don't need to do that. I'll just ignore that. It's okay. I'll be all right. And then, what happens? Something blows up in our face, and then we're like, oh, darn it, I should have listened to myself, but we didn't. So, the universe is talking to us at all times. It may be a bird that you see. It could be an animal that you see. Animals bring us messages too. If you look up the metaphysical reason for seeing a deer or a squirrel or, a blue jay, whatever it is that you see and you're thinking to yourself, that's a message for me. I remember one day I woke up in North Carolina, in the backyard we had a peacock. Like, there's no peacocks around there. But this peacock, it was beautiful, and it was in my yard, in my fenced yard, and it was something quite enjoyable. Dragonflies, anybody can give you a message. Even running into a stranger or overhearing people, like I said. There's so many ways that we get spoken to that, if we don't listen to it, we're just not following the path that we're supposed to be on, and we're not going to get to where we need to go. I think for me, and I don't know if you think this too, but I would rather go to where I'm needed to go, or what I'm supposed to do. I want to fulfill my goals. I want to fulfill what my soul is here to do. And if I'm not listening to myself, I'm not going to get there. And I don't want to live a stagnant life where I'm not doing and going and being where I need to be, surrounded by the people that I need to be surrounded by. To me, life is all about getting to know people, learning about people, helping people in any way, shape, or form we can. So it could be, again, it could be a penny, anything. Symbols are everywhere. Messages are everywhere for us, or it could just be your inner gut telling you, and a feeling you get. I know before I was going to see somebody and I had a pretty good feeling I shouldn't be going, and the more I got closer to their location, the more my body was telling me, but I was ignoring it. I was ignoring it and ignoring it and ignoring it. And I ended up getting a speeding ticket on the way. And I'm like, okay. And even in my mind, I'm like, all right, Karen, that is a sure signal to turn around, go home. You're not supposed to be doing this. But I kept going because I'm stubborn and stupid and don't listen to myself. And when I got to where I was going, oh my God, it was like I should have never been there. All hell broke loose, and it was just a very, very, very bad event. So think about in your life, have you ever not listened to yourself where you weren't listening to yourself and something bad ended up happening, or something that you totally could have avoided and should have avoided because you should have never been there? And if you really think about it, I can probably guarantee that almost all of you have had these incidences happen where you're like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have been there. So if we can learn to listen to what we're saying to ourselves without saying it, the inside, our unconscious, what our unconscious is telling us in many different ways, we will find that if we follow these paths, we will avoid these bumps in the road that we don't need to go down. We don't need to hit every obstacle. There can be a smoother path for you. We just need to listen to ourselves. This is Karen Lambert with Loving Rochester in Karen's Corner. I hope you have an excellent 24th day. Please implement these ideas a little bit at a time, and I guarantee you, your life will get better. All it takes is practice. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Be sure to join me on YouTube. Please like and subscribe and ring the bell so you can get notified when I have new videos come out. And on Facebook, Loving Rochester, and at lovingrochester.com. Thank you so much and have a great day.